I call the shots, I never call it quits. Trust my intuition, bet it's right and bitch, it often is. Seen too many others come and go, they had the wrong intent. Do it out of love and never for it, then I watch it get bigger than expected. Don't second guess it, I let it set in. It's God's plan, we out here only accepting blessings. I'm stuck with it, this mindset is terminal. In and out different terminals, leveling up is personal. And I already made it, y'all can miss me. I smack my girl's ass, tell her pinch me. It's hard to believe I made something from nothing. No hindsight discussions, I've been writing, I love it.
Welcome to the 3 Gig Sports Podcast, where we are never wrong, just sometimes misinformed. Danny G, Jimmer, and Mr. Miley in the house tonight. How we doing, boys?
Doing good, Danny. Before we start, I'd like to bring up something.
Okay.
In our fantasy league, I don't know if you've heard the commotion here. James wants to lower our fab bucks because a select 2 individuals are playing the hell out of that waiver line. You guys thought I burned through that $100. Here I am, baby, 28 and holding strong.
Brother.
$200.
So the conversation was brought up. I'm like, because we were getting used to fab bucks. I'm like, maybe 200 was too much out of the gate. That's all I was saying. Like, you'd be less liberal with what you're spending if you only had 100. But what's awesome about these two, because him and another cat, I think, what did you say you're at, 28?
I think we're right.
I know he's at 39. What are you at?
Oh, well, I've got to be nipping on his toes.
Yeah, somewhere right there. So now you know if there's a major injury, you already know what the max they can bid. So you only have to go one more dollar in them. So that's one positive to this. Yeah. But I was just saying, I don't know what you feel about this. This is our first year doing. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if enough people used it. I feel like if more people were used to using it, that would have forced these guys to use more and more people to use their fab bucks.
Yeah.
Maybe if it was being used right, it would have been better. So maybe the first year should have been lower so people could get used to it and stuff, I guess. So I get that. I don't know. This year is definitely one that I'm surprised everybody's not broke because of all the injuries and everything, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, but there's nobody out there in ours. So
good.
Either we're
That's
going
'cause
down.
I got 'em all.
Either we're going down to a 10-man, or maybe we have to take that extra receiver spot out. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Well, you can play a third wide receiver in the flex spot.
Okay.
We just take it back to our 2 original receivers,
Okay.
maybe, because there's nobody out there. We're scrounging for like 4th wide receivers on teams and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then make you think a little bit more too. Like, do I want to keep this receiver because I need it, or do I want to pick up this guy? Like, there's way less flexibility. I think.
You're right. There's so many people and nobody wants to throw those guys that are out like 6 to 8 weeks.
Right.
That are those mid-tier guys because there isn't anybody out there. But you also have no spots on your bench. I mean, we're using an injured reserve spot too. Every week I have spots that could be filled right there. So
yeah. I'm definitely picking up everybody and anybody with a chance.
You know who you should have picked up this week, Miles?
Who?
Mr. Justin Fields.
I gotta give that to you, man. I do. I was so butthurt too. But I did tell you were gonna win.
We are going to get to a couple little stories with that too. But yeah, I 50. What was it? 55?
50.76 or something.
Yeah.
Off the waiver wire.
Ridiculous.
You needed some of that. Danny's been nipped by the injury bug. One thing I got to give respect to Danny on is not once have we heard him complain about the injury bug to him, and he has went through a lot too. We all have, but he has. It seems like you look at his team like, dude, this is not the team he drafted.
He's still hanging on there too.
Well, it's tough. It's the injury bug, but I also made apparently the mistake of drafting Michael Pittman, and he's been ass. But I can't do anything with. I can't not play him. I feel like you know what I mean,
right?
Especially where I drafted him. So that's been tough too. But
thank you.
Yeah.
Because you knew I was high on that.
Yeah, I think I might have actually grabbed him so you wouldn't.
Right.
Yeah, so.
But just a good league this year. I mean, got some people that don't pay as much attention, and that's going in my favor.
Well, they won't be partaking next year. One of them won't for sure.
That's sad.
It's not. That's fun when people are
sad.
competitive and trying. Like even the bottom rung. I mean, K Sharp would never throw in the towel. That dude would give a shit no matter what.
Oh, that guy's
with one win all year, but he'd still be,
he'd be trying.
He'd be picking people up. He'd be, moving his lineup at bare minimum.
Yeah,
we're the no trade league, just in case anybody's wondering.
True that.
There was a trade that I did not go through with that we talked about a couple days ago.
Which one?
Yeah.
Which one is so bad?
Well, so it wasn't about.
Oh, no, that was the one that. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it was actually, it would have been fine. Mm-hmm. It was actually a pretty good trade. I needed a running back. He needed a solid receiver, at least. But
because Diggs isn't enough.
Right. Bigger picture-wise, if I handed him this receiver, probably would have handed him the league. So could not do it. I got to try to just scrape wins by as much as I can and roll. So.
And that's what. So he's been throwing fair. That same person has been throwing very fair trade offers out to a lot of people.
Yep.
But everybody knows the moment they give him the piece he's missing exactly what you're saying, the consistent 10 to 12-point scoring receiver, his third wide receiver starting. The moment you hand that over, you're handing the keys over.
Right.
Yeah,
he's already clearly he's at 7-1 or whatever we're at, 8-1 through the season. So you hand him that, and it's gonna be. You're hoping for injuries on his team by that point. Guys drop him.
Yep.
Exactly.
You are.
So a lot of people been battling it off. I know he offered you a sweet trade. He offered me a decent trade too. And
I'm the one that started that conspiracy theory.
Well,
if we gave him another wide receiver, because he offered me a fair trade and I turned it down. And then the other night I was just sitting there going through my fantasy and I'm like, I can afford to get rid of this guy because I got the other guys that can make up the points. And I was like, I needed that one more position. But all that would do is give me second place. So I was going to trade him Justin Jefferson for Sanders and Juju, which I gained 2 players within the top 15. Okay, Sanders is 16, but we're going to say top 15. And that would have pushed my team to definitely finish within the top 2, I believe.
Juju's top 15?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I think he was actually 14 and Sanders is 16.
Miles is?
Overall for the season.
Yeah, I believe so. I know he's within the top 20 for sure.
I'm gonna.
No, you can't because I did the offer and it shows you their position ranking.
Okay. That's wild if he is top 20. That's fucking.
I want to
crazy.
say maybe I could be wrong. Maybe Sanders was 14 and he.
I'm looking right now.
I think I'm right though. Oh wait, here we go. They changed again.
Juju position ranking 19.
Ooh.
He is top 20.
He is top 20 though, so that's still a wide receiver too.
Yeah.
And then what do we say? The one I was shocked by wasn't necessarily that, but I swear to God, Miles Sanders is higher than that because I was pissed at it. I gave him Miles Sanders as part of the trade.
Yeah, he's definitely 16 though.
That's
they
crazy.
They do update today though, so
here you go.
don't hold that against
He's 16. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Which is kind of surprising because he was balling out, but I think he missed. Did he miss a game or he got banged up in one of those games? Maybe. Either way.
Yeah.
Yeah. It all comes down to handing the keys over is what it came down to. It's like they're fair trades, but it's like as soon as we do this, this is a done deal.
I mean, I'm not playing for second place, so.
Well, and the crazy thing this year is scoring overall in the NFL is way down. Mm-hmm. So, when we think about those players, they're like, wow, they're top 20. It makes sense because scoring for everybody is down. So these above average guys are going to be better than what they seem like because the stars aren't really shining.
So your buddy Justin Fields, puts up 50 points, right? I googled Patrick Mahomes' top fantasy, and he's never had a 50-pointer.
No shit.
That's me going down some rabbit holes.
Yeah.
So
is that at 6 points a touchdown like ours though? 6 points a passing touchdown.
Could depend on that, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it said no. His highest game is 44 points.
So right now, let's go a little bit down this. We're gonna talk a little. I'm not even going down my news and notes right now. We're gonna go down some NFL because you guys have kind of went down this a little bit, right?
Sorry.
No, it's good. It's good. So you were talking about the low, it feels like a low ass scoring season, right? So we know how the NFL goes, and the NFL loves offense. They feel like that's the only way the NFL sells. I don't think that's 100% true. I think you just need entertaining games. They don't need to be 50-point games to be entertaining. You do want to see some defense, believe it or not.
Yeah.
You don't want to watch the Bucks and Rams play every week.
No, that was dog shit. We'll get to that later. But right now, the question I have for you is, do they make another rule change to try to spike some offense in this offseason too then? Because this isn't what they wanted with all these changes that they've made, all these little things where you can't touch a receiver, you can't do this, that, the other, and they're still not producing the scoring that they want to see. Are you feeling like something like that could be down the – and why is the scoring down?
Well, quarterback play hasn't been great everywhere.
Not consistent anywhere.
Yeah. Man, and I feel like red zone for most teams is down. I don't know. I don't know what it is, man. Maybe defenses are adjusting. Maybe that's what it comes down to.
I think you nailed it.
They're finally getting on to the new rules or whatever, and like how they can actually play something. You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just nailed it. Now that how many drives do you watch them go for it on 4th and goal, and they don't get in this year?
They go for it way more.
Yeah.
They'll go for field goals. Yeah, that's a good point.
And they're not getting it.
Yeah. And I mean, you have guys like Aaron Rodgers, right? 2 or was it 3 picks in the red zone this last week? It was at least 2 in the red zone.
Yeah.
I know he had 3 picks. Those should have been at least been 6 points, let alone 12 points, right, to get them up. There's a lot of that. The analytics is changing things.
You know what?
It's only going to get worse. Josh Allen's hurt.
I was gonna say
That offense is going to be down.
Right. Well, let's build on that then a little bit, because like exactly what I'm getting to there is, you have first off, this is probably the youngest the starting quarterbacks have been, franchise quarterbacks, throughout maybe not NFL history, but God, it doesn't. When was the last time you remember?
Got to be close.
Like it's been this many young ass guys, and most of those old guys are on the way out. The ones that are old are under what? Some version of transition. Tom Brady going through his own life stuff. They went through a different coach now. Offensive line diminished. Green Bay literally going through every other type of change.
Off-field.
Right, off-field and on-field. I mean, all those weapons are gone. I mean, experienced weapons, right? And a high majority of these guys that had the experience, Russell down here, right, falling apart too in a new situation. Most of these guys, it's starting to feel like we're at a really young age for a high majority of the superstar quarterback, franchise quarterback, and the ones that are the legends that can still throw for 4,500 to 5,000 yards. That it's not transitioning to like touchdowns to scores like that, right?
Yeah, it's almost like it's a perfect storm. So you've got the quarterbacks who got fucking paid, and so they have not hardly anybody to throw the ball to. Aaron Rodgers being one of them. Russ, between that, the injuries, new system. You have Tom Brady. All the injuries, I think, are fucking them. Plus, he shouldn't have came back, maybe, right?
Right.
But injuries are a big deal there. Derek Carr, no idea what the hell's going on with that cat this year. He all of a sudden sucks.
New coach.
Derek Carr is
New system.
You have Devontae, bro. That's
I'm
your
with
guy.
you.
I don't get it.
I'm with you.
New system in Kansas City, so they're not they're still scoring a lot of points, but not like they were.
Right.
It's almost like there's no one answer, right? There's just so many different things that are falling weird. Say, the Rams, they're not scoring as much. The offensive line is terrible.
I got your answer. Soft coverage. Big plays gone.
So they're getting yards, but not points.
Yep.
I think that's what that goes to the defense transitioning to this new era where we can't jam them, we can't touch them anyway, so back off and we just won't give up the touchdown. We'll do choo.
Get them in the red zone.
It's kind of like when you do too much of something. You take too much of something. You make too much of a law for something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, you went too far the other way. Now it's actually going in a negative way back the other way because you've already crossed that line the other.
I mean, let's be
Could
honest. If Terrell Revis was lined up right now, he'd get flagged every play.
But is it also bad football? So that was the other part of my question. Right now, in the NFC alone, the number 4 seed is going to be right now, they started right now, is under 500, and that's the Buccaneers. They're 4-5. Your number 7 seed is 4-4. That's the Niners, who I do believe is going to take off in this division now, right?
Yeah.
No.
But the foul
They will when they get OBJ too.
will.
Rumors.
Yeah. But then Atlanta's fluttering around there too at 4-5.
Yeah.
My point is, there's so many teams, and that's the reason why I don't even feel it feels good for our Vikings to be 7-1, but it's not a confident 7-1. The Seahawks are 6-3. Does that even sound natural to you right now?
No.
Rolling off your tongue. I am going to concede that they're a good team, but it's such a weird season. It seems like there's just either everyone's evenly matched. We're finally getting to that point. Or there's just some bad football going on.
Yeah, even the Jags are under 500, but they're leading the division again somehow, which came out of nowhere, right? Because Tennessee lost. There's a lot of really weird shit, man.
Tennessee leads the division.
They still
5-3.
They're 5-3. Fuck,
Yeah.
I forgot. We
Yeah.
talked about them too.
Yep.
They rolled. Never mind.
And actually,
Never
the
mind, yeah.
Colts are still in the 10 spot ahead of that as at 3-5-1.
Any year you got the Jets beating the Bills, it's a weird year.
The AFC is looking a lot better overall. They're, I mean, all the way down to their 9 seed, which is the Bengals, is 5-4. Everyone else above, everyone is 500 or above at least, or over 500.
There's
In the playoff hunt.
There's 8 teams in the playoffs now, right?
7.
7.
Yep, 14 total.
Oh yeah, there's
Only-
only one bye week.
Yep, or one team gets a bye week
one
from
team
each
gets a bye.
conference.
Oh,
I just think it's like weird the lining of the points and the records, and it just seems.
I think there's definitely bad football. I think we don't know most of these teams yet. It's inconsistent football.
Right.
Cincinnati might be the biggest example for me. They can go and destroy a team one week and then get beat by 25 the next, right?
Yep.
Just when we were starting to get on the bandwagon, and since he's coming back, they get beat up, right? San Francisco can look great, and then they lose to Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
The Bills just lost to the Jets, but I don't think the Jets are better than the Bills, so that doesn't make a ton of sense, right?
Right.
The Chiefs lost to Indy. Like, there's so many weird, inconsistent things. Like, where Philly, they don't feel great to me, but they're at least the most consistent team where they're winning for sure every game.
Right.
Without a doubt. So
I'm 1,000% with you. I actually think the Eagles, the Bills too. I think those are probably the clear cut. The Eagles, in this sense, are their one downfall for a high majority of the season, high percentage of the games, is that they can't score in the second half for whatever reason. They blow the bricks off of you, and then their defense can pin their ears back. Doesn't matter. They've been doing it every single game. So obviously it's a consistent trend, right? Like, They are a good team. They are one of the best teams in the NFL this season. It's not that one doesn't feel bad. Like, if you're an Eagles fan, you should feel pretty good. Like, me as a Vikings fan isn't like I feel real strong about it.
right.
Something just feels like it's missing still.
what if teams put too much interest in skill players instead of the line? And we're seeing that now.
We are seeing a lot of that. I think there's a lot of offensive line transition going on. I think there's a lot of injuries that happen in the preseason along offensive lines. We could be. I mean, it isn't like I study every single offensive lineman that go through, but I don't know. Maybe it feels like we're losing. Maybe we lost a lot of them. There's some that retire. That've been retiring early. If you maybe starting to add up, you know what I'm saying? Like, some have been leaving when they're like 29.
Yeah.
They've been piling up too. So,
Well, I'm saying in the NFC, I know that to be a thing for a fact.
mm.
I can't say too much about the AFC, but
Yeah, Rams and Bucks are really good examples, right? Both of
well,
them.
you got the Rams, you got the Bucks. Look at the Cardinals. What have they put in their line?
Yeah.
You don't need a line when you got 12 wide receivers.
Right.
That's their thought. Their thought process.
Yeah, and to your point, that's what you get when you overpay a quarterback, and you've got top 5 paid wide receiver as well. Then it's like, where the hell do you put the rest of the money? You have to have an O-line, but you got to pay a defense somewhere too, right? Like, you start skimping in certain areas. It's like, shit.
Yep. No, that's where I just thought it was to carry on our conversation. I actually felt good right there. I'm like, you know what? I've been thinking about this and the weirdness week to week. There's been not much consistency. The few that have been the Bills and the Eagles. Well, you know what? The Bills kind of shit on themselves this weekend, which we'll get to too, I said it was a division game. I thought it'd be close. I did not have the balls to say that the Jets were going to pull that off. We all scoffed at it, right?
All of us, yeah.
Kind of mad I didn't take that money line when they were down 11.
Who?
The Jets. The money line win. When they
You're
were
not
down.
mad at yourself because you think it's going to go over double that point total after that. You don't need to be, no.
Take the underdog always.
Always.
48-0. Let's go.
Vegas loves you. But
Until
ready
I
to get
hit.
rolling on the news then?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Cain Velasquez. Is that in your news or not?
No, it's not.
Released on bail. $1 million.
Let's go.
Fuck yes.
Who paid it?
Didn't
Hopefully
say.
hopefully a fucking OnlyFans account or a goddamn what is that, GoFundMe?
GoFundMe.
I'm hoping it was Dana White.
That'd be
That'd be
baller
badass.
as shit.
That'd be
What that
amazing.
would be. Like, I'm not a
Yeah.
huge Dana White guy. That right there, like, all right, brother.
Agreed. He
Right
needed
there.
to be out. I'm so happy about that.
You're goddamn right. He did what most American hardworking fathers would do. Seriously.
No, let's say he did what most people say they would do,
And
But he
don't
was
do it.
about it.
Yeah.
But
He was about it.
Yep.
No, you think I'm fucking around? Someone touches
whoa,
my.
whoa. I
No.
know we all would, but I'm
I
saying
know.
this
But
motherfucker went down the
it's
road.
a living actual thing. I hope I never have to prove that. So let's make
Yeah.
that very clear. But
Yeah.
because I would never want my kids to go through that. But
Ken
no,
Velasquez for president.
that is awesome.
Let's go.
No, I did not see that.
Yep.
1 million bond though. Who's the douchebag that put that on him?
Yeah, let's see. After 8 months in custody, I didn't know it's been 8 months already. Holy shit!
Jesus,
It doesn't feel like it's been
no,
that
it
long.
doesn't.
Yeah,
He's gonna come out even jacked than he was when he went in.
man, I'm telling you. Yeah,
He's gonna have a few more tats for sure.
yeah.
Wait. So if he's on probation, can he still fight?
He's not He's not on probation.
He's released out on bond.
You're not on probation. You are not convicted.
he probably
Yeah,
can't.
he
leave.
hasn't
have
got
to be
convicted of
convicted.
anything
They're
yet.
gonna have to do a UFC fight wherever. Is he in Vegas?
He was in Cali. I
He
think,
was in
this
Cali when that
So,
Oh, that sucks.
Danny be like, all right, here's the deal. Pay for your bond. You're gonna go into the ring real quick. All right.
Yeah, we just want you to release
Guarantee
that
he'll make his
aggression.
money back.
ratings are about to go through the roof.
Through the roof.
You ride
I'm
that
down.
cash cow.
You
Yeah.
bring Brock Lesnar out of retirement too for that fight right there, right?
100%.
Yeah, here you go.
New motto: I'd shoot too.
Nah, I like that. That was good news right there. I'm sorry if it hurt someone's feelings, but not sorry. We'll roll with Colts. Fire coach Frank Reich and name Jeff Saturday interim coach.
What the fuck is that? This man coming off the TV
Yeah.
to go coach a team.
Yeah.
I think he was on the sideline. They're like, "Hey, do you want a job? We're firing this guy."
Well, he was. He was on the sideline. He was the assistant coach.
Oh,
So they
I'll
brought
say
him
for
off the.
TV.
But he was just on TV literally last year though.
Yeah. Oh, last year.
ESPN, right?
Yeah, I feel he still made appearances though. I don't know how
I think
Yeah,
so.
I was
involved he
about to
really
say.
was with the team, but
Right.
I get that he's super well respected. Everybody fucking even Peyton respects him, right?
Yep.
Things like that. But
Don't know if
Jonathan Taylor
we'll see if it works.
about to
Great.
play a full game.
Here's what I'm going to give you. Okay. Well, number one, this one I'm a little surprised by. I definitely wouldn't have predicted this at the beginning of the NFL season.
Predicted.
That being said, this is exactly why you would get fired. Is how this season has went up to this point. You have all the talent in the world up to this point. They went and got you a MVP-esque quarterback, borderline Hall of Famer when it's all said and done. And you produce what do we say? They have 3 wins
28-3.
and barely. Did you see that messed up stat?
what?
So, if Matt Ryan never plays another NFL down, which I assume he will. Actually, I think he's going to play this weekend. Jeff Saturday actually said this game is about wins, and that's what we're going to do. You're not winning with Sam Ehlinger, so what does that tell you? Yeah, pretty clear cut. But so that bodes well for you and your guy that you were just
I
talking
hope
about.
so. Fuck, I hope
Yeah.
so.
But I lost my train of thought. Where it's going now?
The stat.
The stat.
Crazy stat.
Straight crazy stat. Took him, what was it, 283 days to lose his starting job from the start that did not,
Damn it.
where he was named the starting quarterback of the Colts to being benched.
This is getting to be some Tupac shit with him, man. When you look at that, because even like when you look at the draft picks of him coming over to the time it took for him to lose his starting job, I feel like people are just clowning him at this point. That is insane to me.
It's just weird that it all lines up that
Yeah.
way, right?
It did what?
What?
Say it one more time.
What? 283 days?
This motherfucker.
It took you a second?
No, I just can't get over that number.
28-3?
Yeah, it's
See, Miles, I think the Colts are an example of the opposite of what you said a little bit ago, though, with teams paying too much for their talent, not enough for the line and defense. The Colts did the opposite. Their defense and their lines paid. They're all paid. They got no talent, though, other than a running back.
yeah.
You know? So it's kind of like,
And banking
how do you
on-
find a balance?
Wait,
right,
wait,
you
wait,
banking
wait,
on
wait,
what?
wait.
A second-year wide receiver in Pittman Jr.
Right.
And that's it.
Hold on. They waited on their MVP caliber quarterback to retire to bolster that line. They're like, oh, hey, we'll do this if you come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They tried to get him to come back.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I wonder what he's doing right now. What do you think he's doing?
Dude, he's looking old as shit. You've
Yeah.
seen the scruffy beard, right? It ain't
He's
looking
never
good.
grown a good beard either.
He
He's
hasn't.
got the neck beard going,
Right,
you
right.
know?
You're right there. But he literally looked like a dude that sells insurance and never played in the NFL in his life.
No, but is he like?
Have you seen that?
Is he like a farmer or something now?
No, he made an appearance. You guys didn't see that? Like, well, I know you did. It was about a year ago. He made an appearance, like either at Indy.
Like a year ago? Yeah, I remember seeing him.
That doesn't tell me
Because
what
they
he does.
interviewed him and stuff, but I can't remember what he's doing. It seems like farm, some in that realm makes sense. But
He looks like he should have like a big old cowboy hat on.
Yeah.
Spitting some chew. Round him up now, y'all.
he's so broken, though, man.
Yeah, he is. I'm looking this up now.
Broken?
He's going back to school.
That's why he retired, you know?
He's going back to school, but what's he do now?
I think he's a genius.
A few minutes away from the Colts practice facility or his workplace. I don't know. Either way, he was looking I know he was looking real rough and like a bum, right? Does this turn the Colts around before I move on?
No. I mean, what do you mean? Are they going to win like double the games they have?
Hopefully more than double.
How many have they won? 2?
3, 5-1, right? Is that what I said?
So they can end 9-8. I can see them ending 9-8.
Yeah, I think they definitely play better. I agree.
9-8-1.
There's a lot of respect for Saturday.
9-8. No, it'd be
No, sorry, you're right.
9-7-1.
7
No,
1.
Yeah. They already have 5. Okay. 9-7-1. Yep, 9-7-1.
Somewhere, I don't know if they get that good, but I bet you they get like 7 wins. Yeah.
So they'd be competing possibly for that division.
Yeah, I think so. I think Saturday is going to he's going to hype him up a little bit, get him playing better ball.
Okay.
Still going to be tough to compete. You still don't have a lot of talent, but there might be enough to win some games with him.
I think there's still a receiver out there.
It's true.
Just saying. Which brings me to my next one.
Already got him.
Jerry Jones says on 105.3 The Fan in Dallas that Odell Beckham Jr. could look pretty good with the cowboy sticker on.
Man, he's about to be able to play here in this next week, I believe, too.
Yep.
So,
Because you said that he got cleared medically now, right?
Yeah.
Didn't you just tell me that the other night?
yeah, so he'll be.
He got cleared on Sunday.
Yeah. So what's the next step? So he's cleared. I can't remember the
Physicals.
Yeah, maybe it's something like that.
Well, somebody's definitely giving him a physical
But-
before they sign him.
But yeah, basically in the next week, like he could end up picking a team and
It'll be by Friday.
get going. You think it'll be by Friday
It'll
for
be
sure?
by Friday, yeah. Nobody's going to sit on that too long. If he's cleared, there's like, hey, let's get Junior for an X-ray. You're on.
So, legitimate shot?
For the
Cowboys
Cowboys,
have it?
if
I'm saying legitimate, like you would not be shocked right now.
actually at this point, I'm not going to be shocked who signs him because it's everywhere. I think somebody's going to overpay though. Like it's going to be a stupid number.
Well, it's still prorated. It's still a prorated year. He's not going to get a. He's only going to get a prorated.
He's
year.
not going to sign a 1-year contract.
Yeah, he won't.
You don't think so?
No, because what if this happens again? He's done.
Yeah, and he's said that too. He said he wants to make a place a home for a little bit. So I don't think he's going to sign a 1 year.
He's already turned down a 1 year.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So,
Would I be surprised? No. I would like. I don't know the teams that we've talked about, right? The Bills, the Giants, potentially the Cowboys.
Nope.
Not the Chiefs anymore. But those kind of teams, I wouldn't be surprised.
not the Chiefs anymore?
No, because they just got old boy.
Oh, yeah, because if they're going to
Kadarius.
sign him to more than 1 year, yeah.
Yep. I would be surprised if you went somewhere like the Packers, like a team that it doesn't have a chance to compete. I would be surprised. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I would be shocked just because I'm a Vikings fan if somehow he ended up in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
I know Jay Jet's trying, but other than that, no, man. Cowboys wouldn't be a bad move, I don't think.
Yeah, if he doesn't sign with the Rams, I'd love to see him with the Vikings. Like, that's serious. I mean, besides watching the Rams, I watch the Vikings. So.
I do want to see him go somewhere and be. So I started becoming the last few years a little bit of an Odell fan. Early on, the Giants thing really did not like the dude. Thought he was really douchey. The whole works. Come to find out, from all his ex-teammates, he was not like that in the locker room. He wasn't.
Yeah.
They're like he's one hell of a dude. He's perceived wrong. And
He's
not
just
one
got
person.
that fire like Tom Brady, right?
Right.
That's it.
There's no
different
difference,
cat.
and it got blown out of proportion. I was the first one to say, you know what, okay, I can see that. And then he showed it throughout his tenure after he left, you know. So
I started liking the dude when
So
he
I'm
made out
hoping he
with the net.
Right. So so what I'm saying though is I am pulling for him no matter where he does go, and I hope he does get a few years where he actually can settle in for once. I hope his knees hold up though, because obviously a year in year out concern. So.
Well, this ACL tear is not on him though. Like they've came out and said that he said he played in the Super Bowl on one ACL, and I believe him. Why it hurt him at that point in time, if that's the same knee and you're on one ACL, I don't know, but something definitely happened there.
I don't get that. I don't know what you're saying. He said he played.
He said he played the back end of the year on one ACL.
Oh, so it was more than the Super Bowl. See, I didn't hear that. Okay.
Yeah, so
I didn't see that, but what does make sense about that?
He flat out said that.
Let me give you something. So some people don't realize this. The ACL is the pain and what you can and can't do is different from every human being. One person is one of the most excruciating pains, just the way it bursts, the way it snaps, whatever. Literally, there's other guys that don't even know they tore their ACL. That is a fact. There's guys that in everyday life that don't even know they tore their ACL until they twist a little wrong, but they actually come to find out. The doctor says, you tore this years ago. You can tell from the scar tissue. That's what I'm getting at. Is some people react differently. Sometimes you don't know, or it isn't bugging you enough, even if you do know, because you're at a team facility and they'll check it, but it's not buggy enough. I'm like, you know what? It doesn't feel like it's torn to me. It just feels a little
well,
unsturdy.
That's not what I'm getting at, though. Like, in the Super Bowl, you can clearly watch him tear this ACL.
No, absolutely.
And you're like, he's telling me, I played on one ACL. But, like, that's how much it was hanging on by. So they said him
It was disgusting when it popped, and he
Yeah.
got
That's why I was surprised. I was like, I never heard that.
And they said this.
And he got robbed of a
MVP.
Super Bowl MVP.
Oh, hands
because
down.
of his knee.
That game would have been a blowout.
Yep.
Yeah. He was on pace to have a Super Bowl like T.O. back in the day. Remember
Yes.
that fucking 11 catches, just crushing it?
Stupid amount.
I think he was on pace to break the all-time receiving record in the Super Bowl. I'm just kidding.
I would say
hey,
Jerry
hey,
Rice,
tough,
right?
buddy.
Who?
Wasn't it Jerry Rice?
No. We're not going to have this conversation.
Why? Educate me.
Because it's a Rams player.
Is it Cooper?
Is it Isaac Bruce or something?
No. It's
Oh, you don't even know, you son of a bitch.
I know. That's why I said I didn't want to go there.
He doesn't want to be, because he wants to call me out, but he can't call me out. Type of thing.
Yeah. So it is a Rams player, and it's what do you have? It's like 311. God,
Well, Jim is going to look it up.
Yeah,
I don't know.
watch.
I need to know. All-time receiving yards.
in a game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jerry Rice has the most receiving yards in a Super Bowl with 215 yards.
In a Super Bowl. I'm looking for a game.
I didn't say a game. I said the Super Bowl.
Oh, I thought we said.
You even said Super Bowl.
Okay, but look up in a game so I can prove you right on that. I said
Me and him are not clicking today. Remember earlier?
Whoa.
You did call me daddy earlier.
I said he was going to break the all-time receiving yards in a game, not the Super Bowl.
But not the
you
Super
said
Bowl.
Super
Well,
Bowl.
but if he did, he would have broke the Super Bowl record.
Right.
Yeah. So see, it's a double win for me.
Let's see. The record belongs to Josh Gordon's 498 total in 2013.
Total. That's kick return yards and shit, right?
Oh, total.
Is that what he was doing?
Yeah. Most receiving yards in a single NFL game. Flipper Anderson, 336.
Flipper.
Calvin Johnson came 7 yards short, 329.
What?
Yeah.
I
I
don't
actually kind of
remember
vaguely,
Yeah.
kind of remember that.
Who was throwing him the ball? Was it Matthew Stafford?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck.
Jeez, I didn't know that guy.
The funny thing about that is Matthew Stafford had 329 yards passing that day, too.
Right.
To one guy.
Right.
Kind of like he does now.
Right, absolutely. You kind of touched on it already there, Danny, and that is the Bills quarterback Josh Allen is being evaluated for a UCL injury in his right elbow.
Throwing arm, too.
What is a UCL?
Was it ulnar something ligament?
Is that like the same? Is that like the pitching thing again?
No.
Yeah, it's like it feels almost like tendonitis or something in your elbow, right? It's
So that's
just
what-
fucking
so that's
tight,
what
sore,
Stafford has.
stinger. But probably not exactly the same, but that's probably how it feels. Yeah, it's in the throwing arm, and this motherfucker throws the ball 50 times a game.
But he
so-
throws his
Ulnar-
sidearm too.
Ulnar collateral ligament.
He throws his sidearm too. So are we gonna be talking about Patrick Mahomes in a couple years?
So this right here even says the ulnar collateral ligament of the elbow is most often injured by repeated stress from overhead movement.
Over?
It clearly says
What?
overhead
Oh.
movement. Yep. So yours is like something that's like different because that's like more like what a pitching
Yeah.
happens because he
Yeah.
always throws like sidearm with the sidearm sling. But
Yeah, I'm pretty worried about this for him and the Bills, man.
there you go.
100%. He is as important to that team as Lamar Jackson is to the Ravens, right? Without him, they do not win. They do not do as well as they
Michael Jordan
have.
to the Bulls.
Someday we'll be able to make that comparison, maybe. But
Well, I'm not saying he's that
I'm
great.
very, very worried about this though for the Bills this year. Yeah.
So outside of Lamar, there's 3 quarterbacks. When you just said that there's 3 quarterbacks, if you literally took them down right now, their team would, I really do think, would fall apart on how they're currently built. Patrick Mahomes is that other one. I think Patrick and Josh Allen are basically like the same thing when it comes to you could take, like if you take them out, they demolish. There's no run game. There's not anything else to support it.
Yep.
Defense might be okay in the Bill sense, but it's going to be maybe barely above 500. I am too. Hopefully this doesn't like this is a short stint, something that he can get over like before the season's like over, and not do any long-term damage or anything like that, or like season long. This also puts more of the question mark on the Vikings, because even if we do win, we still did it without Josh Allen on the field, probably.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
I don't give a fuck.
yeah, win's a win, a dub's a dub, but that's where we're at now. We're at
Yeah.
dub's a dub, and we have goddamn Kirk Cousins out there.
Yes. With the bling.
I'm gonna
the
add.
shirt
I'm
off.
gonna add Geno Smith to that list.
He's being so humble about it, though. Like, I'm not saying Kirk isn't, but Geno's just because he could just do this.
Yep.
You
He's
know,
balling.
Yeah, he could
could.
get on the injury cart and just look at Pete Carroll and be like, "Fucking pay me," as he's getting wheeled out.
Who was that again?
Linebacker. Was it Bobby Wagner?
Was it Bobby
It
Wagner?
might have been. Actually, yeah.
Or was it the receiver?
It wasn't Earl Thomas, right?
Oh, it was Earl Thomas.
Yeah, it was Earl Thomas.
was Earl Thomas.
Yeah,
Yes, it
yeah.
was when he snapped his leg.
Yep.
Okay.
And he went like that. He threw him up. Yep.
Flipping off
And then he
Pete
ended
Carroll.
up getting in a 3-way with him and his brother and a chick.
Yeah, that shit's fucked up.
What? Wait, what?
Yo, yes, I
Oh,
knew.
yeah.
I knew if you didn't know that, I'd get your attention. Yes, that is a fact.
They got
sir.
caught?
Yeah.
There were pictures and shit, dude, out on
There
the
was some.
internet for
There
the
were some
longest time.
charges for some shit too. Oh yeah.
With his
Yeah.
brother?
Yeah, his brother was the tight end.
Yeah, I bet he
for the Bears.
It wasn't tight after your old brother was back there.
Where was?
Hey. So, have you guys seen? Okay, I don't know if you guys. You ever seen the girl sitting on the couch, and there's these real buff guys sitting in front of her, and like there's like 5 of them, and you know like she's getting ready for the.
Say his name again.
Earl Thomas.
Earl Thomas.
She
Trying to remember.
Was it Ian Thomas?
Maybe I'm crazy. I thought his brother was in the NFL too, but
So it's this girl sitting on the couch, right?
Seth Thomas.
James, give me this.
maybe I'm way off base. It happens.
So it's the girl sitting on the couch. These 5 buff guys just standing like in front of her. Like if you watch the video, it's a really not a very good video. It's pretty rough. But anyway, she gets with all 5 of these guys, right? But as they're posted in front of this couch, it has this little girl, and her shirt says, "Your fantasy team." The 5 buff guys, Nixon, the Bengals running back,
Mixon,
for
yeah.
Mixon for the 5 touchdowns. I was like, oh man, that's dirty.
She caught him in bed with his brother with multiple women. So in the same bed.
Fucked.
Still, yeah. Let's at least go to the other side of the room.
No, dude, that's my brother.
You better stop
You
right
said-
now.
you said
you
multi-
Southern Kentucky fuck.
Wait, you said multiple women.
Doesn't matter.
So
You're
there
not
could be-
sharing the same bed with
There could be
with your
5
brother.
women separating them.
Nope. You're not sharing the same bed with your brother. Fucking.
How big would your bed be if you had millions?
Doesn't matter. You're sharing the same bed. If you have millions, how come you don't have a second fucking bed?
Because I didn't want my brother to miss out.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. So the concern level is up there.
Yeah.
Who is their backup? Is it?
He's fucking amazing. He did the prank at the beginning of the year where he came up, acted like a fan, and worked on getting everybody's autograph.
Was that Case Keenum?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not bad. It's not a bad backup.
Yeah, it's not a bad backup. And I think even their third one isn't horrendously bad either.
No, I like Case Keenum. And they do have a decent enough run game that they should be able to win. I don't know how many games he could be out, but that's a situation where he's not going to be able to throw the ball 50 times a game. That shit's just going to get worse. They're going to have to run the ball more if they play him. You know what I mean?
Right. The Jets aren't going anywhere. They've proven this now.
Right.
They've proven that much, bare minimum. Just
Yeah.
like what you had to see, what I had to see with the Seahawks, you had to see with the Jets, right?
Yeah.
Because at bare minimum, they came back and took that. It wasn't because he got injured in this game early on and they were able to come back. No, he injured the elbow in the final drive of this game.
Oh.
No, he played like shit.
He injured in the game.
Yes. Final drive of the game.
Okay. So I'm
So
way wrong. Okay.
they had him for the whole game, and he still wasn't. So the Jets are going nowhere. They've shown, right? The Dolphins are doing nothing but probably going to do this as long as Tua's out there.
Their defense is.
Their defense is very but at home it's not. They're literally a tale of, it's like what you say about the Cardinals. Cardinals can't win at home.
Yeah.
Dolphins can't play defense on the road, but they play balls out defense at home.
They do.
They really do. It's like complete 180.
Can I stop you there though?
Yep.
In all seriousness,
Yep.
Tua is one concussion away from retirement because he got 2 in 1 week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if he gets another concussion, you're going to have to start thinking about retirement. I mean, what is it, 4 and you're done?
I don't think there's actually a limit, but
No.
you're
It's just
how
longer.
much longer you can before you can come back in that season.
I didn't mean to stop you there, but
No, you're good.
And he only had one concussion, by the way.
Yeah, he had a back injury
Yeah.
and a neck
and a neck
and an
back
elbow
neck.
and some hands
Right.
and some feet. No head though.
But looking at that, like I said, those two teams aren't going anywhere, and the Patriots have been the Patriots. Not necessarily horrible, not really good, but they're seriously competitive. They're obviously led by a legend at coach, right?
Right.
So that division alone, 5-4 Patriots, 6-3 Dolphins, 6-3 Jets, and the Bills 6-2, and they just lost their
Wow.
quarterback for a little while.
Yep.
So
Agreed.
yeah, I'm with you. So the concern level kind of gets turned up a little bit,
Yeah,
right?
it does.
When it's supposed to be a runaway for them.
Yep.
So maybe that's the only way they could reel them back, but
Did anybody predict this division was going to be that good?
no.
You never
Remember,
could.
we were having the battle where it's either if Miami was going to get to 10, 11-ish wins, the rest were going to be at the bottom.
Yeah, and the great division was going to be the Chiefs.
Yeah.
The Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders, fucking Broncos was going to be the best division in
Dude,
football, and they are so bad.
Did we not write that off
They
at
look-
the beginning of the
so
year?
Yeah.
so they look
Along with the Seahawks.
You're right.
Yep.
You're right, 1,000%. But surprisingly, they've been playing so bad in that division that I'm going to give you another one, just like what you said about the Titans. You didn't know. You do realize the Chargers are 5-3 though. They're only one game out of the Chiefs, and they barely lost to the Chiefs earlier this year.
Yeah.
And they're still limping through. So that's also what I'm getting at. It looks
Yeah.
like really bad trash. I didn't even realize they had 5 wins because it doesn't feel like they have 5 wins. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yep.
But I'm with you. The rest of it is 3-5, 2-6.
The NFL really needs to update their playoff format because you might have a 17-0 team and a 16-1 team, and the 16-1 team is going to be a wild card team. And you're going to have you could possibly have a 5 and
Yeah, below 500 team.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I've always been a part of that. I think your division winner, no matter what, should make the playoffs, even if they are under 500. Okay? Hold on. Hear me out. Does not mean they get one of the top 4 seeds. In that.
Exactly.
You are an automatic bid to make the playoffs, but you are the lowest one because
There
of
you
your
go.
record. It
Yeah.
should just be by record.
Yeah, that should be no question.
Right.
Agreed.
So I think we're all on board with that part. So.
Make the 2 worst ones play so we don't have to watch them play a really good team.
That's what I was going to say. So speaking of which, I'm very glad we need more bye weeks with the Broncos not in it, so we don't have to talk about it. Seriously.
I'm tired of boasting and fucking just rubbing it in about how bad Russ is. It sucks when I have to rub that in.
Oh, now
because I
he's-
told Jimmer that Russ is a bad quarterback. and he
it
wouldn't
gets,
believe me.
Well, he gets so bad. So what's awesome? What sucks for him and for me? I can't even get 1 week where he balls out so I can shove it back for even half inch. It's like
There's no banter. He's just like, yeah.
I'm like, what am I supposed to say? He threw for $177 and fucking. All right, still coaching.
Well, if he gets divorced here soon, she was with him for the stats.
Right.
Yeah, no shit.
Continuing on. After 2-8 start, Coach Darvin Ham vows turnaround is coming for the Lakers.
Yeah, so anyway, Anthony Davis.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking at suitors to trade him.
They should.
That came across just a couple hours ago.
They should.
No. They should trade LeBron.
No. And they should trade one of the two, actually. I will say that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to the LeBron thing.
I'm opposed to that either. I will say that. But if you were the Lakers, I'm not thinking about LeBron here. If you're the Lakers, you are trading the one that can reel back the most assets back.
Okay.
Yep.
If that's the route you're
And
going.
he has not done anything for you, has not been healthy. He was part of a bubble team that won a championship. I still count that as a championship. I don't give a fuck what anyone says.
A ring
It
is a ring,
championship.
man.
Right. And they all had to go do that bubble thing. Right?
Yeah.
So it all sucked. But he still won that. But he hasn't been healthy since. But he's still young enough. He still definitely shows the talent when he is out there. The one that can draw by far the most back for you, because that's what they need at this point. They gave up so many assets to try to build the team that they need to get some of that back before they trade LeBron or anything like that. But you need to draw the most assets back because there's nothing there. And
Yeah.
nobody wants Russ.
And there's no guarantee LeBron stays wherever he's about to go. Matter of
Yeah.
fact, he's probably not going to.
Right.
Russ can't get traded, so you got to do AD because the team is bad. You've just got a bad team. You need to get some pieces. Russ is starting to play well off the bench. He's actually had some pretty good
he
games.
is, actually.
So
He
it's like,
found himself a
okay,
role.
maybe he can help us hang in some games. Let's get some more pieces for AD. And AD's value has gone up a little bit. His defense is through the fucking roof this year.
Yeah.
He's
Almost
been
2 rebounds.
healthy, quote.
Yeah. 2 blocks a game, I think.
Yeah.
3 blocks a game?
A
Or is it
2.7.
2.7?
Yeah, there you go.
that what it
2.7, 2.8. Yep. But that's the move, man. They've got to do it.
So that's the only hope of it getting turned around is right there. Because where else is the help coming from? It's got to be that, right?
Yeah.
When's the last time you seen a tall, lengthy, skinny guy of his build actually stay healthy? I think like a player of those builds.
Kevin Durant up until 2 years ago.
Yeah, I'll give you that one, but I just think after a certain height, you're asking for injuries though. I mean, like I'm being honest. Like these guys got to crouch to take a shower.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but with him, he's packed on plenty of muscle. I just don't know. I think he's just an injury prone guy at this point. You know, he really is. If you actually look at his pictures and stuff, he's actually bulked up and stuff like that over his career. So it's not quite the same as old skinny mini out there flinging around. They need to do this if they want any shot. That isn't going to fix everything. This is you need to pound into LeBron and call him out in public. That's what you also need a coach for too that actually has a sack to do it. You are part of this problem. That problem is you guys don't play defense. You know why they don't play defense? Because they follow their leader and you don't play defense.
Ooh, wow.
That's how you call us. They lost the other night. I want to say last night or the night before. They lost to the Jazz. The Utah Jazz that are in tank mode. They traded all their guys.
No, the Jazz are about to go to the fucking NBA Finals. They look good this year for some reason.
Well, they do.
They
but
don't make any goddamn
right.
sense.
They make no sense. It's kind of like some of these, like the Falcons
Yes.
and the Seahawks, right?
Yep.
But they were in tank mode. They have Danny Ainge brought him in, and this is how he starts. He starts with a tank, and then he starts compiling picks, and then he turns it into something. They literally they scored 100, and this is in regulation time, gentlemen. They scored 139 points against the Lakers.
The Jazz, dude.
The Jazz.
Holy shit.
139 to 116. That is not, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That is defense. That's effort. You do not drop 100. You could have Steph Curry all five spots, him on fire, and they're not dropping 139 if you play defense.
Yeah, I was
Right.
about to say how many minutes are in a game?
48.
So okay, what? All right, go ahead. I'm just gonna do some math here.
It's wild, man. Their defense is really bad. They need to do something. But on the bright side, did you see that cat that hit the 3-pointer a couple games ago?
3 points a minute.
3 points.
Yeah.
They're stupid.
Awesome defense.
Go ahead and say it.
I'd have to look up his name offhand, but they got this.
Oh, Oh yeah. The
They
white
got
dude
him
in the
from
corner.
Boston. Yeah, they got him from Boston. He was a fucking Uber driver not too long ago.
He had to, but he looks like one,
Dude,
right?
it's hilarious.
I
He
see-
was so jacked up when he hit that
He was.
three.
And he's like starting. I'm like, you should absolutely.
Yeah.
But everyone else was like excited, but not. They're like, what the fuck, like LeBron, you know, kinda,
Right.
like that. I'm like, you guys aren't jumping up. It was him that bailed you out to send you to overtime, which they ended up getting a win. But it was that bomb ass shot.
Yeah, it was weird.
Russ was jacked on the sideline. Did you see that?
Russ. I think Russ was the one. Like Pat Beverly was trying to calm him down and shit. He's like grabbing him, like trying to chill him out. Like fucking let him be, man.
Right.
This dude literally just drove for fucking Uber like 2 years ago. Okay,
Right.
got spot duty last year, and now he had a huge fucking shot.
Yeah.
Let him fucking get jacked, man.
Yeah, in LA,
You think if I start driving Uber, something like that'll happen for me?
Maybe you might have some good luck.
could be.
But they need more of that. They need more 3-point shooters. They're dog shit.
Yeah.
That's the way the league is. You have to be able to shoot threes, and they cannot.
Yep. Threes, 3 and D.
Yep.
You need to be able to play some version. Yes, you can give up the 105,
39.
100 points a game or whatever. Fine.
If you can score 150.
Right. That's one thing, but it takes a little bit of defense regardless.
Yeah.
And they don't play any defense. The defensive effort is not there.
Steph Curry changed the game.
Like LeBron looks back and like, what the hell are you guys doing? But Anthony Davis, when he is healthy, is actually playing defense back there. The little bit that there is going on, he is playing defense if you watch some of it. So
Side note on that, the Golden State's not much better than the Lakers. They've already lost 6 games this year. So
yeah, they just got away with one.
Look at the schedule.
And actually, the NBA. I was going to bring this up. The NBA, and I'm getting tired of seeing this. Actually, the NBA is one of the very few leagues that will come out and tell you when they make an officiating error. They have an last 2-minute officiating thing where they tell you. They admitted that they missed a call on Klay Thompson that should have been a foul that ended up costing the game for whoever the hell they were playing. But regardless, keep that shit in house. I don't even need to hear you say that because that would just piss me off even more as a fan if I was on the other side of that. Like first off, I can see it. I know you already missed this. I don't need you to actually say it because what are you going to do? You're not going to take that game back and be like, hey, let's go play this last 30 seconds of this game with the right call.
exactly, that's the NBA trying to be transparent.
Yeah.
But in reality, if you were being transparent, you'd say we're gonna flip it. They shouldn't have won the game. Now we're flipping it back.
Right. Then
If
exactly.
you're not
They'll
gonna
bring
do
it.
shit about it. Don't tell me.
Whoa. Now you're going the opposite way. We are not changing history.
I agree.
That's what we're saying.
I totally
No,
agree.
no, that's
So,
what we're
don't-
trying to say.
So don't say anything.
Don't even say anything
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
That's your own internal thing. That's like an assessment or your report card for them. They let them see it. They're officiating.
Yeah.
And this is what you're gonna get base pay off of whatever the scenario bonuses. Fine.
All you're doing
we don't
is
need to see
dogging
it.
on the officiating.
Wait, do you know why they release it? Do you know the honest reason?
Yeah, so that we all calm down on the shitty calls.
No. They've had too many scandals involving NBA refs. That's why they have to release it.
Ish, yeah. But they've had
That's them
rumors
covering
that-
their
yeah.
ass.
Probably actually, I didn't think of it like that. That could quite possibly be.
But again, if they were covering their ass, they would change. If the outcome would have been different based on the call being right or wrong, they would change it.
They don't have to let the public
know what I'm
know
saying?
either. They really don't. They can like set those documents to attorneys or something like that hold it if there's ever a question. They can do that too. They don't need to release it to the fan.
So if
Like
that's
we're just pissed off. Like I'm pissed off if my team gets screwed because you're admitting that you didn't see this play that we clearly already did see. I already know you missed the call. Pretend and be give me that shit where you're like, nope, I got to ride or die. Because at least I actually respect the ump more if he sticks to what he calls, believe it or not. Because if you have him call the opposite way, because I've been on both sides of this, watching baseball, watching my kids' baseball. I've been on both sides where it's benefited my son because he reversed his call because of like a coach like saying, what the hell, blah, blah, blah. And I've had it happen the other way, and it feels like shit. Like you can't change your fucking call.
Never.
Not unless you went and talked to another umpire that's seen the play. Yeah. That's different. That's a meeting. When you did it because you talked to a coach, no, fuck that shit.
Yep.
I have more respect for you if you stick to it. That's how I saw it. That's exactly all that should come out of your mouth. That's how I saw the play.
okay.
I saw it as a strike.
But let's say that you have these refs that get the grade reports, right?
Yep.
And they're releasing to the fans that they made these mistakes, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Why are they still reffing that team?
Because they don't have enough refs in general.
You can move the guy around.
They
the
all
wrong
make
call.
mistakes. I mean, even Adam Silver's
In the
making
last
a
2
mistake.
minutes to cause the team to lose a game, though, he's not coming back. If you're going to grade him, why have him come back? If you're gonna grade them, release it to the public. To that team. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
No.
No, they're gonna bring him back regardless, as long as it doesn't show that they're involved with something. Yeah. They only have so many of them anyway.
Where's those robotic refs when you need them?
Remember they tried that?
Oh,
Was it the NFL that they had the?
No, we had a debate on that. I can't remember.
No, wasn't it baseball?
Yeah, it was baseball.
Baseball.
Well,
yeah.
no, I'm not talking about the robots. I'm talking about, you remember when the NFL had the officiating strike, and they ran with those college ones,
yeah.
and how bad the
dog
officiating
shit.
was.
Oh, that really happened?
Yes, it did. I remember it was the Seahawks and the Packers. The Packers got hosed
At the end of the
end of the game, basically in the end zone. It was either them or the Seahawks. Because
It's good when it happens in the Packers.
I think the Packers ended up winning, right?
Okay,
so I think
so the
Seattle
Seahawks
got
got
hosed. Yeah.
but there was like 4 weeks bad,
Yep.
horrendous bad missed calls, like they did it on, like they were doing it on purpose almost.
Yeah, that one was really bad. That should have been a touchdown, I think, but the ref called it wrong.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, he went like this, and then he went like.
Yep.
And he's like, "Oh no, I wasn't." Yeah, it was messed up.
Yep.
So I'm sure it was Tyler Lockett in the corner of the end zone catching a ball.
I actually might have been.
No, it was.
So we'll move on. The Derek Minner and Shailen Nerdenbach UFC fight is under investigation after suspicious betting detected, which ended abruptly in the first round. So I don't know if you guys know this, but there's basically to make sure that fair betting's going on. There's not dives and shit like that going on. Federal government has like a betting or organization, whatever the word is that I'm looking for. Let's see if I can find it. That basically they overlook all betting, gambling, and all that shit to make sure.
Yeah, it's like a monitoring system.
Yeah,
right?
monitoring system. So the sports books actually called this in to say, because the swing on it went opposite one way within the last hour, literally swung. The amount of bets that came in were all by first round knockout or within the first 2 rounds. So a mass amount of money was swinging. Now, I watched the clip on this fight. It looks legit. Like, this isn't one where it was like, boom, barely touched him on the face and he drops. It was nothing like that. They were going at it. Oh boy jumps up. He catches him with his knee to the face, and like kind of stuns him. Then he ends up getting him to the ground. And they let him sit in there, pound on his face, back and forth. You have to watch the replay on that, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I don't know. Anytime Vegas lost like a lot of money in the last 2 weeks, not like no bueno. So I don't know if this is like them trying to reel some of it back, but
I don't like that when they try to make up on that call, but the guy can fight in a UFC title fight with a blown out shoulder, but we don't do nothing about that.
yeah.
Yeah, it's fair. I get the idea. Like, if there's all of a sudden a spike in a specific type of bet, you're going to have to look at that.
Yeah.
I'm just curious what they come back with. If it looked legit, then there should be no worries. But I get why they would do it.
So it's called U.S.-based betting integrity firm. So right here, it's a clear-cut knee that he just drops on him. I'll flip this over to you, Danny, so you can see this part real quick, so you can see this too. Boom.
How much did he get paid to eat that knee, you think?
Dude, you don't eat a knee.
You don't want to eat a knee.
You're not
man.
eating a knee. He
No.
knows what I'm talking. We've watched videos
Yeah.
like I'll drop a fake, whatever, but they show a replay. It connects. Mm-hmm. Flying knee. So I don't know. And then he lets him maul him for a little while. So. I don't know, but when you have a big swing like that, I guess double checking doesn't hurt, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Hopefully nothing comes of it or
the one thing I could say is I wouldn't be too surprised if a UFC fighter was willing to do that, just because they're like, well, at least this way I'll get paid, right?
Ooh, Dana.
Dude, did you see where the ring girl got paid $1 million for the year?
What?
Yeah, there was a ring girl that made more than
Stop.
I can't. He's got a title.
Holy
A
shit.
ring girl got paid $1 million last year.
A UFC ring girl or
A
just anywhere?
UFC ring girl got paid $1 million last year and I want to say he has a belt, could be wrong, but the fighter that they compared her to, he made $680,000.
How UFC's $1 Million Ring Girl turned her.
No. Click on.
If I open up something I'm not supposed to because is this some shit you saw on Thick Fat?
No, I wish. No, I actually seen it.
Is it Ariane Celeste makes first million?
Long black hair?
I don't know. Made her first million from being the eye candy for the MMA promotion.
Yeah, click on it.
But that wasn't in a year.
Oh, no. Go up top. Type in.
Is that her?
That is her.
Yeah. So it wasn't in a year.
No. Go back up.
If you're going to bring some stuff like this, you need to look it up.
Now hit images. I did look it up.
I know. That's what I just said. It's her.
Now type in more than a UFC fighter. And then the picture will come up that I seen. I'm telling you.
More than a UFC fighter.
God, I need to start screenshotting this stuff.
You do. You need to stay on top of it. All.
You know, it depends on. There are so many UFC events throughout a year. If this girl traveled to a majority of them and did her thing, I mean, I wouldn't feel upset that she made a shitload of money.
I don't know which one it is. You have to move those.
Yeah.
Either way. Lil Wayne. There we go. Whatever you just did was good.
That's mine, then.
You were good. Plug it back in. It was good.
Yeah, we good, man.
You're good. All right. Lil Wayne this Sunday tweeted, "R.I.P. to the season. We should have gotten rid of 12 before the season. After the Packers' 5th straight loss." Thoughts?
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Awesome. I mean, for sure, Rodgers lost them that game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know if he's actually been the reason they've won or been truly competitive either, right? And we've watched most of his games this year.
Yeah.
He don't look the same.
No.
I'm not saying that he's diminished or anything like that if he did have like the stellar wide receiver, but he's not turning those receivers into anything either.
Yeah, it kind of, you know what it makes me feel like? One of the things that both you and I hate about LeBron is he likes to throw his hands up and get pissed off about shit all the time.
Yep.
That's exactly what Aaron Rodgers is doing this year. If somebody drops a ball, if something happens that doesn't go his way, he just like throws a fit.
Yeah.
And then it's like he's out of his, zone or whatever the hell he is used to getting into.
Yep.
He's definitely not that guy this year. I mean, yeah, I don't blame Lil
He's
Wayne
not
for
seeing
saying
the
it,
field
man.
well. I mean, most of these commentators are even bringing it up too. They're circling, watching. He's like, this throw right here that is wide open, streaking up the field. He used to see these before they happened. He's not doing it. He's just not see it.
Do you know why?
Here we go.
When he went on broadcast and told people that he was dropping DMT before games, now he set himself up for drug testing, so he fucked up. Now he's got to go sober.
Okay. All right.
Maybe.
You can see things before you see things.
There you go.
That's hilarious.
All right.
I love it.
He's going to be open.
It's so rare that you hear somebody that famous like call someone out, like when they're not in the sport. You know what I'm saying? When they're just a fan of the team.
Yeah, well, I could also tell Lil Wayne rap would be good if he'd come back, but
right, but he still would be good if he did.
Yeah.
When he does, you're like, you still like you hear him because I think he does. He's been doing a little more. He's been doing some collaborations. So
commercials.
when you do hear him, fuck yeah, here he is. Like even that little 30-second clip in the song. It isn't like Aaron Rodgers. We're like, we actually don't even want to watch the football game. I'm like, I can't even hate you right now because you're so bad. Like,
right.
why you were so good for so long? What the fuck happened?
How's he doing?
Right.
Yeah, man. He just made $1 million by saying that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna skip one and come back to it. Dolphins coach Mike McDaniel asked Bears quarterback Justin Fields to stop running. I just wanted him to stop scrambling. It was pretty irritating because he didn't listen at all. He didn't take the coaching, McDaniel explained Monday. There's a video of him saying stop it, and then Justin Fields, big old shit eating grin on his face.
He should too. Jeez.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he did break the rushing record for a quarterback that game, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, I get it.
178, and the previous was 173 by Mike Vick against our Vikings. Thank you, Justin Fields.
Thank you for getting that off the books.
Right.
Yeah, I don't blame him, man. That dude had a phenomenal game.
I just thought it was awesome. He's like, he tried a new tactic. He's like, you know what? Forget defensive scheming. I'm just going to ask him, can you stop?
Can we go to the next subject? This is a little sore subject.
Why, you're not a Dolphins fan? Justin Fields. Oh, yeah. Still seeing that running.
He put up 50 points on me in fantasy.
Well, then, I just thought it was kind of awesome. You did see the video where he's actually, you can see him mouth it to him, like, stop it.
Stop it.
We'll knock out a list of there's some NFL records that got broke this weekend. I'll run those over quick before I get to my last news one. Tom Brady sets game-winning drive record on way to 100,000 total passing yards. That's
100,000. That is fucking insane.
exactly.
Dude.
Playoff and regular season, 100,000.
So he gets his first Super Bowl win over the Rams, and then this. Great. Cool.
Great. Game-winning one. He passed. He has 55 now, I think. So he passed our favorite quarterback, and we believe
Peyton Manning.
Mr. Peyton Manning.
7 head.
Just stupid. But that's also what happens when you play. Like, this took 4 extra seasons, 5 extra seasons, whenever Peyton was done.
Yep.
So, the second one we just touched on. Justin Fields sets modern quarterback record for rushing yards in a game. He put up 50 fantasy points.
0.78.
0.78. He had 4 touchdowns. Anything else I want to talk about, Mr. Justin Fields?
Great player. Glad I don't have to play him again this year.
Yeah, he's going to be good the rest of the year, too. I'm actually really jacked about that pickup.
So you were right. You called it, a couple weeks ago. That offense has turned a page that people aren't paying attention to because they just think the Bears are throwing in the towel. They're losing. It looks like shit. But actually, they're moving the ball.
Yep.
They're scoring. And it's looking like Justin Fields is finding that balance between when he should take off and when he should be a passer. Him and Claypool get on the same page. You don't even need Claypool to be a top 12 wide receiver in the league. We'll talk fantasy in this aspect.
Not when you have the number 1 running back, your quarterback.
Right, but I'm just saying, if you just have a number 1 receiver that works for you, you don't need him to be the top in the league. Mm-hmm. And then you have Darnell Mooney on the other side, who's a legit number 2 in this league. He's not number 1. He's a legit number 2. It's not a horrible offense, and you already have two bomb-ass running backs back there, too.
Yeah, and Cole Kmet is starting to come on. I think he had 2 of those tutties this last week.
Right.
Definitely worth the pickup, by the way, guys. But
right.
Yeah, no, I agree, dude. That offense is going to be good. And he's just like, you know what? I can't get protected. I'm going to use my legs, and I'm going to run. And you're able to see now how fucking talented this guy is, which is awesome.
Yeah. He's stupid fast, too.
Yeah.
He's not Lamar Jackson fast, but he's not much lower. In fact, I would trust him running more than Lamar probably because he's stockier.
Yeah.
I'm going to trust him to run more than the fact that Lamar didn't break the record.
Ooh. Touche.
Because when you were getting ready to say whose record he brought, I was like, oh.
Mike Vick?
Yeah. No, I was for sure.
Oh,
was
you thought it was Lamar? No,
yeah, for sure.
Mike Vick, baby. And I remember watching that game, too. It hurt. That was the one where he broke one for in overtime. It was 50, 60-yarder to win the game.
No, but to your point, Miles, Lamar, he's 7th in the NFL in rushing yards going back to 2018.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he's basically
behind
running back, right?
Yeah, he has to be.
Yeah.
And then the third big one. You kind of touched on it already. Joe Mixon sets Bengals record with 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, that'll never happen again for him.
Well, 5 touchdowns don't happen to very many people twice in one career.
I'm just meaning he might not see the end zone again. He's garbage.
Yeah, he started the year with, if you owned him in fantasy, people were pissed off because he had a shitload of carries inside the 5-yard line, no touchdowns to start the year. Mm-hmm. And then bad game. They finally start using him a little more, and then this week he fucking blows up.
Yeah.
Let me look at
Let's talk fantasy for a second.
Okay.
Do you use this game and try to sell his ass right now?
Yes.
Oh,
Immediately, right?
Yes.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yes. You get
Sell
yourself
high as fuck.
I'm telling you right now, this is the highest you're going to get him for right now. You need to sell. you can get yourself a pretty damn legit wide receiver 1, and you can still grab yourself a running back 2, low end RB2 easy off this. You're going to sucker somebody. You'd be able to yank maybe a DeAndre Hopkins from somebody and like the Dolphins running back or something like that. You know what I mean? That's exactly what you go for, right?
Yep.
And that's.
You see what he's trying to do here? He knows I have both those players.
No, that's pure coincidence. That's awesome. That's pure coincidence.
Are you talking Jeff Wilson?
No, the other, who's the main starter? Mostert. Yep.
Yeah, he won't be.
But you know what I'm saying. I just mean that you can grab yourself the starter of a team that may be leading the carries. If you want to do, what's a better example, I guess?
He's ranked number 4.
You can go grab yourself, who is back now, you can go grab yourself a Cordero Patterson and a wide receiver that I just mentioned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's pair this up right now if you can. I'm with you. Sell while you can. And then my final one. This will probably be a good one. As of right now, I'm going to pull it up because I bet you the final ones are out. The AP poll has Georgia at number 1, followed by Ohio State, Michigan, and TCU after Tennessee and Alabama lose.
Bye-bye, Alabama.
And
Fuck
there's
y'all. I'm tired of you.
So the college football playoff has it out the exact same way. Georgia, OSU, Michigan, TCU.
They took Tennessee out.
Out of the top 4.
So
They have them at 5, I think. I'm pulling it up.
It's still the only top 4, though, right? In the college football playoffs?
Yep.
Yeah, Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, TCU, and then Tennessee is 5.
I don't like that.
Oregon, big jump. They are 6.
But TCU deserves it, right?
What's that?
So you
Yeah, they're undefeated. Yeah.
TCU deserves it.
Yep.
Yeah. And this helped them by far the most, so that there's 4 teams undefeated that are in there, right? TCU, Tyler made that point in the last podcast that they should be one of the top 4 anyway. Well, they're there. 9-0, Michigan 9-0, Ohio State 9-0, and Georgia 9-0.
Yeah, and they didn't play as tough of a schedule as Tennessee necessarily. I don't think anybody has. But they've beat some ranked teams. They beat Oklahoma, Kansas, Oklahoma State, Kansas State. So I don't have a problem with them being in there at all.
Right.
Nope.
So Clemson, the college football playoff was not as rough on. They dropped them down to 10. Remember I said the AP dropped them down to 12.
Yep.
So 10, then you have USC, LSU, UCLA, they did not. So the college football playoff does not think highly of them compared to the AP. The AP has them in the top 10 at number 9. College football playoff has UCLA at number 12. Granted, I do believe we and you talked. USC and UCLA still need to play each other, so that's going to clear itself up anyways.
Yep, that'll help.
Any road, because that's what we kind of need to talk about, any road that Bama can draw themselves back into that even with 2 losses.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk about the easy ones, right? They could get ahead of LSU. LSU already has 2 losses. That they can get past them. They could get past USC because USC could end up losing to UCLA. Oregon, I think they're playing great, but if they lose one more game, because remember they got almost 50 pointed by Georgia to start the year.
Yep.
It is the number 1 team in the country, but they still have to play Washington, who's a good team, Utah, who's a good team. They could lose one of those games easy. I think they put Bama above them at that point. Michigan or Ohio State is going to lose.
Yep.
Do they put Bama in front of one of those guys? I don't think so, though.
I don't know about those 2, but the first thing I was going to tell you, Danny, is not a single one of those teams that is ahead of them, and this includes TCU. They just need TCU to lose a game. All the rest of these, and okay, they may need help. I mean, I'm saying Bama. This is assuming Bama wins out. We talked about the scenario where Bama would have to basically play Tennessee. They don't even have to play Tennessee in the SEC championship, but it would make it look better if they played Tennessee and beat Tennessee in there. So that you raise hope. Even with 2 losses, even all those other 1 wins, this is where the SEC would play weight in that. Right? There's only LSU ahead of you. So LSU would have to beat you to get, or has beaten you because they upset them. They'd have to go to the SEC championship game. LSU would have to. If LSU slips up one time and doesn't make it to the SEC championship game and win that SEC championship game, Alabama could get it. Do you see any argument with that?
No.
Maybe USC, because the college football playoff loves them. If there's one Pac-12 team that has a legit shot, they have to roll through, though. I know you like Oregon.
If Oregon could go undefeated, they've still got some games left to play, right? If they could go undefeated in their one loss, even though it was a drubbing, was to the number one team in the country, it's going to be hard to say no.
Yep. It's going to be hard, but maybe it'd also stick in their mind way too tough. Like, why would we put you in the top 4 when we already seen you play the top 4?
Maybe.
That could hurt them. Maybe not. I hope not, because you'd have to take that first game out of the season out of consideration, right? A little bit.
I do think it's a more diverse top 4 than we've ever seen, right? I don't think 2 Big Ten teams are going to get in.
Yeah.
Right? I think it depends on the Ohio State and Michigan game.
Yeah.
So that'll be one. TCU could be it for the Big 12, right? Mm-hmm. Then it's SEC and potentially Oregon. It could be completely different conferences all around, dude.
Yep.
That would be wild.
So I don't think we'll see how it plays out later on, but they got it right, you think, or what? You didn't like Tennessee getting bounced out?
No, as long as TCU's in, I'm okay with it.
Okay. I don't have a problem with any one of these. Michigan, we did talk about, but they are 9-0 in one of the biggest conferences in the nation, second biggest conference, the SEC, right? For competition level too. I mean,
they better get bounced out after this loss coming up.
Right, Michigan, exactly. So Michigan hasn't really played anybody, right? And when so is it a real 9-0?
Right.
You know what? Until this, you played your schedule. You've done your job up to this point. So until they do play someone and they do get beat, I don't think we can complain about it, right?
They're going to be playing number 1. So.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, Ohio State's gonna.
I don't see a world where they can compete with Ohio State.
I don't think so.
Ohio State. Too.
You know what? I'm not gonna vote against the higher rank no more after the Tennessee game. I really thought it was gonna be more of a dogfight. No fight in that offense at all. Like, what happened?
For who?
For the Tennessee offense. Like, I knew the defense was that good. The Ohio State defense or
Georgia defense, yeah.
Georgia defense was that good, but I just seen them still putting up points with how stout that offense was.
Yeah,
and just wasn't there. And they're gonna run into that, and the other top 3 teams, they're there because of their defense. So.
Yep.
That takes my statement out I made last week right out the window. I got something to mention.
Yep.
So, what do you think? So, if it's 8:10 here now, what's Pacific time?
2 hours
6:10.
earlier, so 6:10.
2 players just got released from the Rams.
Oh shit!
Which 2?
Kendall Blanton, tight end.
Yep.
And then Darrell Barris or whatever his name is.
That's what you think.
Oh, Darrell Barris or whatever his name is. He's a cornerback.
What are you flirting with here?
Well, I'm just saying if OBJ is getting signed this week,
roster spot is what you're saying. You mean roster spot space.
So I was gonna go that route, but then I'm looking at Sean McVay wanting to point the finger somewhere. So
okay,
but I'm gonna go with roster spots.
With the hopes that they re-sign him.
I don't think there's a hope.
You think he's coming back?
Well, now that I'm seeing drops at 6:00 in LA time right now.
Yeah, but they're kind of.
Why are we dropping players?
Did they elevate anybody? Check that.
No, they dropped. I mean, I'm sure we will elevate if we don't get them.
Okay.
But
okay,
I'm just saying it's Tuesday night.
Yep, I can see that then. All right.
I mean, that's my last hope. There it is. There's my line.
Let me say this, Miles. This is going to be good and bad for you. In my opinion, OBJ wants to go somewhere where he's going to be able to compete again because he had the taste, but he didn't get to finish the game.
Yep.
But there's the other side of OBJ that loves the LA life, and he's that kind of prima donna guy and everything. So if he decided to go back there, that is more important than winning a Super Bowl.
And he was a Rams fan his whole life.
There you go, that too.
Right, but there's another team in LA that shares that same stadium that also could use a receiver.
And here's the kicker to the Packers.
That's not the Packers.
No,
Chargers.
no.
I'm just kidding.
I'm going to give you the kicker to the Packers.
Go.
They have no shot. He said that he wants to play in warm weather for his ACL only.
That he means that, but he doesn't. He also means that because that team looks like dog shit. If the team was competing, they might be a different conversation.
No, but I'm looking at the Bills. If he's going to say that, hey,
okay.
you know how cold it gets up there too?
Yep. So this could be down to, but the Chiefs get cold. So you're telling me it's only you and the Cowboys?
Dark horse time.
No. You got me on the Chiefs train, but you got me off it tonight. So
Yeah,
it's either I'm sold on the Cowboys.
I'm not completely off board as much as what Danny is about the Chiefs yet. Kadarius is a very nice pick. That's nice. Not any more weapons for him. They're not going to shut down, I don't think. But I don't know how much of that money got eaten up on that because I think the Giants had to eat most of that. I think.
But I
don't know that.
The kicker is if he's ruling out teams that he had to play in the cold, though.
Yeah.
No, here's the dark horse time.
The dark horse. Who are you going with? Yeah.
How much would this throw the NFL into a fucking just crazy spiral?
They'd veto it.
If he went to Miami.
They'd veto it.
Miami.
They'd veto it.
How fucking impossible would it be to guard anybody on that team?
What trades have gotten vetoed by the NFL? Is it?
They don't.
So it's
They
like
don't interfere
the
with
only
that.
one you've when I think of pro sports, the only one I've ever
NBA.
heard of is
Chris
Chris
Paul.
Paul.
Yeah.
That's all we know, right?
So, but a lot of people don't remember though. He shouldn't have. The NBA, because of the owners backing out of that team, the Pelicans or whoever the hell it was called at that time.
Yeah,
that was under NBA watch
Hornets?
ownership, whatever. Yeah,
New Orleans
Hornets.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
That's also the reason why. So they were in technically controlled. They didn't just veto it to veto, as in it was two teams two completely owned teams, two GMs, the whole works. Everything was structurally sound that made that trade. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they had, unfortunately, they're like, well, we don't want to look like we're sending the fucking the Kobe Bryant led team an asset like this, so it looks like we're stocking it either. So you also have that side of that pillar. Like, you guys gonna try to make this trade like after we sell the team, like make sure it's sold.
They gave him Jeff Fisher though. Oh shit, not
Derek Fisher.
Derek Fisher. Sorry,
Jesus.
Sorry.
All right.
I wish he would have gone there, Chris Paul, though, because they wouldn't have won the NBA Finals like everybody thinks.
Yeah. Why?
Because he's not that good.
Excuse me, Danny. We're getting along great tonight.
Do you remember?
I eat that Russell Wilson bullshit.
My favorite story growing up was like of NBA players, Derek Fisher sleeping with some player's mom and just No, it was his wife. It was his wife.
No, his wife got slept on. Like, got boned.
Oh, Derek Fisher's wife?
Yeah. Right?
And the guy played for the Spurs.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Like, and he chirped him about it every game.
What was his name?
God, I could have swore it was Derek Fisher that did it to him, though.
No, I do know that.
I know you're right, though.
I don't know. My favorite is LeBron's mom getting.
Oh,
Delonte West.
Yeah.
That
hey, let's not bring that up. You see the spiral he took? LeBron made that happen. We ain't paying this guy.
Yeah, 100%. And now he's homeless and fucking.
No. Mark Cuban took care of him.
Did he?
Put him on a ranch, sobered him up.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
I think he even gave him $1 million, honestly. Like
I know he was trying to come back with. Oh yeah, wasn't it Matt Barnes? Derek Fisher, Matt Barnes.
Yep.
So Derek Fisher might have been. Yeah, maybe Derek Fisher was the one that cheated.
That's what I thought.
I think you're right. It was those two.
Matt Barnes would have beat the bricks off that boy. I'm telling you.
He drove 95 miles. This article right here, New York Post.
No, that story is about Derek Fisher. I've heard him tell the story.
Dude,
I didn't realize it was Derek Fisher.
Matt Barnes drove 95 miles to beat the shit out of Derek Fisher.
Yes,
and Derek Fisher chirped him in the playoffs, in the finals every year. They were in it. He's just like, hey.
Oh, my God.
Hey, he's like, I'm going to beat your ass. I slept with your wife.
With his estranged wife, yep.
That I didn't know that was Derek Fisher. I've heard him tell the story.
Yep.
Yeah, holy shit.
Oh, Derek.
He said, you might have won a ring.
And that's what I had for news. Let me give you my strange law from gentlemen. We are still in Texas. There is a really good one coming up here soon. I like to pre-warn for the really good ones, kind of like I gave you the warning on the Tennessee one, right? This one isn't quite that good, but it's not bad. In Clarendon, Texas, it is illegal to dust any public building with a feather duster.
Nude? Or is that
No,
is that it?
Just feather duster. It says nothing about whether you're clothing deprived or not.
Illegal.
With a feather duster. That shit's fucking nuts.
It's illegal.
Yeah. Oh, there's a couple good ones there. Yeah, but yeah, it's illegal for you to feather dust buildings.
I thought breaking the law was supposed to be like a little bit fun.
Right. Not cleaning shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Dusting Jerry Jones's house off.
that's what I got, gentlemen. We want to go over any version of the games, anything like that?
Nah, I think we touched on a good bit
The
of it tonight.
intriguing part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So we're gonna do an It Makes Sense tonight about a story we actually talked about a few days ago
Okay.
that actually has evolved
Uh-oh.
since you tagged me in this the other day. So it's evolved to more than what we talked about the other day.
Okay.
So
I can't remember what I tagged in. I do, but I don't.
do you remember what the soapbox was I got on the other night?
Yes. And we didn't get to even talk about that. So you're gonna go down this road with your make sense too? Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
So Kyrie Irving, Miles, we talked about this the other night.
I've been talking mad shit to people on ESPN.
Let Danny do his thing first, though.
all
All right, I'm glad you saw this, though, too. So for those that don't know, Kyrie Irving, right, shared a video, movie, I guess, off Amazon to his social media. People went at him because it was anti-Semitic and things like that, and he's like, what the fuck? I just shared a movie. Like, what's going on? The NBA demanded he apologize. The Nets did as well. Well, at that point, he had apologized, and he was going to serve a 5-game or more suspension from the Nets. And I think they were actually going to demand like a more legitimate apology or some bullshit, but whatever. So more has come. That's bad enough, in my opinion. That's like you're completely taking away freedom of speech, and it pissed me off. But no, they decide to go further.
But wait, there's more.
There is more. Holy shit. So now the updated stipulations from the Nets are that he donates $500,000 to what is it, an anti-hate charity or something like that.
It already got denied.
Well, okay, I don't know where we're at in that, but this is what they're trying to do.
This is what they were trying to get. That's all he's going with makes sense.
Yeah, so they're not only he did his apology. Everybody knows it's fake because he didn't apologize the first time.
Yeah.
Everybody does, but people act like they're smarter than anybody by saying it's not real. He's only doing it. Well, no shit, because he's going to lose $30 million. Like, fuck, I'd apologize too. But let's be real. They didn't only expect that. So now $500,000. So they're literally, what they want to do is steal $500,000 from this man to give somewhere else. And on top of that, make him denounce the movie that he had promoted on his social media page. So you're going way fucking beyond an apology, okay? People have been made to apologize in the past before plenty of times. You're fucking way beyond that now. Now you literally want to steal his money and make him denounce this. So now we're like, everybody knows the apology's fake. Now you want to make him say some shit that obviously he doesn't mean. What the fuck good is that going to do? You're, like I said the other day, this is like making him bend. Yes, exactly. You're not only bending the knee, you're fucking groveling.
Yeah.
And this is legitimately slave shit.
Yep.
What the fuck else can you say this is, man? You're stealing money from this man's pocket, not only because of the 5-game suspension, now $500,000 on top of that, and denouncing the fucking, like, what are we doing?
Well, you're making him pay for something like all of a sudden he's going to think twice about this.
Right.
Like, be like, oh, you know what? I really do care. This is what, and I'm not saying he never did or not care. It had nothing to do with that. It was
It's his opinion.
It was exactly. It was a video. It was a movie
His opinion.
that you've already touched on. That is on Amazon.
Right.
His opinion.
Still
That
haven't
is his
said
opinion.
shit about Amazon, by the way.
Which is the freedom of speech, right? That you get by posting on there, and then you think it's like kiss the ring. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like kiss the ring. I want you to grovel. I want you to drag your knees and crawl over to me and kiss the goddamn ring. That's what it feels like when I seen that.
And if you do that, maybe we'll pay you, and maybe we'll let you play the game that you love.
Right.
Maybe.
So I've been getting into it with people on ESPN. I usually don't do this. I don't try to stir the pot. I just let people do their own thing. But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to sit quiet on this one. So I put on there, I was like, you know what? Kyrie Irving is the type of person that I would meet in Boston and throw some tea. And then some guy comments, and guess what his name is?
I don't know.
Pablo Escobar Jr. Right? So now I'm like, all right, this guy doesn't have a profile picture. It's clearly
It's a troll. Yeah.
It's a troll, right? Mm-hmm. So I said, well, let me break this down to you in drugonomics here. Okay? Pablo Escobar Jr. The supplier is never the one that gets caught. In fact, your government will back that supplier. So he pushes it so they get the petty people, right? Mm-hmm. So they get the working,
mid-range.
They get the working class guy that's like, oh, I want to do a little cocaine on the weekend, you know?
Yep.
Not advising it, just saying. So then they take the petty dealer, right, and they charge them, and they're going to find out his little supplier. But here you got the big whale still pushing their product, doing whatever they want. So let me break this down to you. Kyrie Irving simply posts this picture on the internet. He's the petty guy, the little user on the weekend, right? He's watching this movie, and he's just posting it. He's just, hey, I watched this movie. Maybe you should watch it. Maybe change your opinion on something. Whatever, your opinion. Doesn't matter. So the supplier now has a best-selling product that he is pushing on to all of us that we are going to watch. But nobody's fucking raising an eyebrow about that because we're too worried about the little guy that's getting shit on.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
100%.
Yeah. Amazon right here, supplier.
Right. But
their stocks were tanking before this. It was not looking good for them. Now they have a best-selling product that they don't have to package and ship out. It's a downloadable movie.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay an employee to do anything with it. Come on. Mm-hmm. It's a fucking download that you pay for. They already paid for the movie.
It's a no-lose situation, especially when the NBA isn't holding them accountable for what it is either.
But why not?
On top of it.
If everybody's going to be so mad about whatever the hell that word means, I'm going to say it. A black guy posted a movie about black people, and you have Jews in this movie. It's 50-50. Either of them could have posted it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I could touch even more and feel 100% more comfortable about it. In a way, I wish I was either black or Jewish so that I could comment even... Because I guarantee my opinion would not change near as much as what people think. Well, you don't know. No, I guarantee my opinion as a human being would still be pretty damn close to the same. If I don't like it, don't watch it. If I don't believe what that is, there's shit that is out there on a regular basis. There's people that put goddamn cat ears on and a tail, identifying as cats out there, and I have to be okay with that.
Meow.
Yeah.
Right. But then those kids get talked to that say meow back to them when that kid's just trying to be bilingual.
Yeah.
But regardless, I think they're trying to drag him through.
He's an example.
He's getting made an example in front of people so that it feels, and people aren't realizing what is happening. Like while this is going on, they're like,
you know what made me more mad about this whole thing? I was getting labeled woke hypocrisy or whatever.
Hypocrisy.
Hypocrisy, right? Do you know what the meaning? So I had to tell somebody what the meaning of that word is, which I Googled. Mm-hmm. And he deleted his comment after I told him the meaning of it. I said the meaning of this word that you are using right now to label me is the opposite of what I'm doing, because the meaning of this word is the people of higher society, not society, but people that are above us.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They hold us to a higher standard than they hold themselves.
Yeah.
That's the meaning of that. Mm-hmm. If that makes me woke, see it yourself, man. Like, it's still an opinion. If you don't see it, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, move on, right?
It's also ironic because that side of this conversation is what you would consider woke too.
Right.
So
but they flip it around the other way. It's so weird.
Yeah. It's just...
Yeah, it's so guys, don't get me wrong. They're not saying you can't have an opinion, okay? They're saying you just have to keep it to yourself. Okay? You can think whatever you want. That's how much freedom I'm giving you. You just can't tell anybody.
For now.
Yes.
For now, for now, I agree. But don't tell anybody.
You can't tell anybody. No.
It does make sense if you don't think about it, though.
Wait.
Absolutely.
Where's this put podcasts and stuff in the future? If you can't have an opinion?
Oh, dude, people have gotten shut down. They tried to shut down Rogan.
Yep.
That's because it's his viewers, and he's literally talking shit about the government.
Right, but that's kind of what everyone's doing right now. That's kind of what we're doing, like, quietly, if we're being honest. This is all about a way bigger agenda across everywhere. That's what that whole thing. That's what that movie. And I haven't even seen this movie yet. I'm gonna bet your guess.
I'm about to watch it. Just for the record.
Yeah. So this
Stream it illegally.
movie has to be something along those lines, and it's about higher power in the United States. Guarantee. I haven't even watched it. It's gonna be something along those lines. We live in a world where you are controlled all the way up top, and they're trying to control every little thing that you do.
And
That's a fact.
What's the only thing they have no control over right now?
As of right now, I can do literally whatever I want. There could be punishments.
No, your mind's the last stop.
Right, until they control it. That's what we said. I said for now.
Mm-hmm.
Wait until they put something in you.
Or
you already did if you got the...
Oh, shit.
You know what I'm talking about, right? The conspiracy theory of the microchips.
I hope they got a chip in my dumb ass.
I'll pull it out. We'll find it.
No, I want them to leave it. I want them to know right where my dumb ass is when shit gets deep. I'm gonna be sitting there like, oh, you want this mind?
All right.
They'll be beaming me. I'll have that little thing from Men in Black. I'm gonna blank your
the
mind.
memory. Yeah.
So, what is your words of wisdom for this, then?
Words of wisdom is look in. So this is not for Kyrie. This is not for the NBA. This is for just general people. Like, look at what's going on and actually make an educated decision. Don't make a decision just based on what everybody else happens to be seemingly saying, okay? Because when you look at the situation, 9 times out of 10 right now, it's different than what you think when you first look at something. Kyrie is not doing anything wrong. He didn't do anything wrong, but he's being drugged through the fucking ringer.
And if you're a person that doesn't value other people's opinions, then you just need to keep your opinion out.
But that opinion's okay. That opinion is okay to have, that you think other people's opinions are shit, unless it's your own.
No,
Exactly.
But you know what I'm saying?
You can keep that to yourself.
But they don't have to keep it to themselves. That's also the point of this whole thing too.
They
don't have to keep their opinion.
You're right.
That's what I mean. They don't have to keep their opinion because they're trying to make all of us have this same opinion.
Exactly.
This one straight. They want this branch on this tree to be as straight as the family trees down south.
Is that a jab at my family?
Not yours.
Not yours. Just all the other families in Kentucky. And
Well, it's
Arkansas.
awful funny. I call my cousin Dad too.
I'm
That's
my
just
own
an
grandpa.
opinion, folks.
That's just an opinion, folks.
There's a lot to that. We could talk about that for hours.
Yeah.
But
Wait, Danny. So
We don't.
hold on,
We don't
hold
have
on.
all night.
No. We got 2 minutes here. Danny, if you're Kyrie, do you just bite the bullet and say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm out. You've already beat the shot. That's what they're after you for. They're after you for being a voice. You're done. Your league's over.
it's so easy to say, yes, I would be done. I would not give in to their demands for sure.
No.
I could tell you that much.
Done is a strong word.
Kyrie's done. His career is done.
Maybe in the NBA.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he still can't go play somewhere
He's
else.
going to be a political leader, and I'm following his group. Let's go.
I think at this point, he could still make a shitload of money outside of the NBA.
Yeah, I think so too.
Sorry, I just had to
But
get
I
that out
think I would stand my ground if that's what you believe in. Like, hold on, and you made me already apologize. That's like going back to the court sentencing after they sentenced you, right?
Right.
And say after you do exactly what they say, even if you didn't want to do it, but you did what they said. You know what? Upon second review, you can go back. Yeah, that isn't quite enough. We're gonna need you to do this, 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 and this. You didn't break any more.
Right.
You didn't break. In fact, you didn't break any laws. I'm just saying, in generally speaking. nah, we didn't quite get it right. Let's go ahead and bring it back. Do you double, triple, quadruple punish your kid after you punished him once on the same thing?
Right.
You know, he broke his tablet, Danny. You punished him. You put him in the corner. And you took the rest of his electronics and he doesn't get them for whatever. Like, that's what the initial punishment is. You come back later, just a week later. Nothing else has happened. That same thing. You know what? That still wasn't enough. We're taking gameplay, like your toys away too. And you have to write me an apology.
That's actually a really good example. In that situation, if you do that, your entire purpose is to do nothing but beat them down.
Yes. Absolutely.
And that's what's happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of narcissistic?
They're literally crippling this man in front of us. And
I hope he sticks to his gun because he's actually a better dude than what people think. It's not even just about shot. It ain't about any of that bullshit. You see how much money he has given away to help families and shit too.
Nobody talks about any of that
Nobody
stuff.
ever talks about that shit. So.
No, but everybody wants to talk about racism. You gotta... Nah, never mind. I'm not going to say it.
Good. I don't know where you were going to go, so I'm just saying good.
No, it won. Yeah.
Okay.
No shit. Well, I think it's about time to wrap her up. Gentlemen in the house right now. So before we get out of here, though, those of you who found us out on the interwebs, be sure to like, subscribe, share, the whole 9 yards. The podcast is available where, Jimmer?
Anywhere and ever podcasts are available. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and YouTube.
And to the guys that watch, FickVap is the place to be.
Hit that. This man broke his phone watching that shit. All right.
Right.
So
data usage.
100%, man. Don't forget, Fitbod is the app to go to if you're trying to get in shape but don't know what to do when it comes to tracking your workouts, how to lose weight, get stronger, those kind of things. Make sure you check out Fitbod. It's badass. It tracks everything for you. It saves all of your workouts. It kind of archives them, if you will. And the best part about this, because you want to get in shape before winter, is you save 25%. How much was that, Jimmer?
25%.
25% with code 3GIG. Check it out today. Fitbod. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Miles is out here. He's going to get jacked pretty soon, too. So make sure you pay attention to this man in the videos. We're about to see Miles get swole. And lastly, if you want us to tell a story, if you've got anything to share, make sure you slide on in. Where, Jimmer?
Into our DMs. Any one of our socials. Get a hold of us. Tell us a story. The only thing we require is that it be real. Either you witnessed it or you heard it directly and you know it's a true story, or, you did it yourself. Funny, real, whatever it is.
Absolutely. And we're not afraid of controversial shit, as you just heard us over the last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So share whatever it is. We love to do it. Maybe, you know what, if you want to get on the podcast, if it's a good enough story, maybe we could work something out too. We love to tell stories. We love to hear shit. And obviously talk sports. But it is time, Miley. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for listening. This is 3GIG Sports.
We out.
No hindsight discussions. I've been writing, I love it. All this doubt around me, then but look, I got it right.